Hey yo, what is up guys? It is DPX here. Welcome back to another video. Today I am making my very own correct Smash Ultimate tier list. Now I say correct, but I am not a top player or anything. I'm not that competitive with the game. I wouldn't call myself a casual, but I wouldn't call myself a competitive player. Like, I don't like to play with items on or hazards or anything like that. But I'm not the best when it comes to tournaments and stuff, but I like the competitive scene. I find it interesting. You know, the tournaments, watching those live could be very fun. There's some cool, saucy clips out there, and, you know, it could be fun to even, you know, get into that a little bit. So this is basically, from what I know, from the bit of, or I know quite a bit about competitive Smash. It's about, like, you know, I'm basing this off of the information I know about competitive Smash, like from what I've gone, and also from stuff that I've asked my top player friends, and what they told me, you know, about their mains. But yeah, and as you see on here, there's S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier, D tier, E tier, and F tier. I wasn't gonna have E tier, but I'll get into why we have E tier. There's sort of a specific group of characters, like, exclusive to E tier. I'll turn off Echo, Fighter Toggle. Also, yeah, you can't see the side, but on the side is all the characters. I just felt like having it like this. But anyways, yeah, don't get too mad. Don't take my tier list completely seriously, despite the fact that it is the correct tier list. I'm not the most competitive, but yeah, this is my tier list. Aha, you thought you could watch this video without subscribing to the channel. Don't be like that. If you subscribe to the channel and ring the bell so you get notified whenever I upload a video, and also leave a comment and like to help the video out, I might put you in S tier. Hell, maybe even triple S tier. Don't be a low tier. Subscribe to the channel today. Alright, so we're going in alphabetical order. So our first character is Banjo-Kazooie. I'm not going to dwell on too many characters. Could talk about them for a little bit. Banjo-Kazooie, I'm not quite sure what I could say about him. I'd say he's a C tier, which is mid. He's alright. Online Banjo is like here, maybe even here. But like offline, this is mostly offline, factoring in online a little bit. Some characters kind of need online factored in, if you know what I mean. Especially some of like the DLC characters. But I'll get into that. Bayonetta, I like Bayonetta as a D tier. I'd say she's a D tier. Online Bayonetta is a bit annoying, I will say, but offline Bayonetta, she's a D tier. Bowser I think is A, with Tough Guy, and he's probably the best heavy in the game. I think he's A tier. Bowser Jr., D tier. I'm sorry, the whole two Bowser Jr. mains, I'm sorry. Funny story, I actually kind of pocket Bowser Jr. I got him on random once when I was playing a friendly, and I wasn't too bad as him, and I kind of have fun playing as him. But I'm not gonna defend him. He's a D tier. I'm like one of the few people in the world who plays Bowser Jr., and even then, barely. Byleth. Online Byleth is a different beast from offline Byleth. Offline Byleth, I'd say, is here, C tier. I was thinking maybe even B tier just because of MKLeo, but that's because of online Byleth. So, Byleth's a C tier. Falcon, I think Falcon's an A tier, especially after the buffs. He got some much needed buffs. I think Falcon's a solid A tier. My boy Chrom, personal bias aside, alright, he's not going in S tier. I know at the beginning of the game, he was in S tier. He was kind of broken with the up B. The Chroma side would kill the other person first. They patched that out, and that was good. That was a much needed patch. I'd say Chrom's still an A tier. You can still do some cool shit with Chrom. Cloud is a solid B tier. He was like he was like top tier in Smash 4, but they nerfed him, and much needed burf. But they didn't nerf him like they nerfed Bayonetta. Bayonetta is all the way down to a D tier now. Cloud is a B tier, which is solid, alright? Corrin, I think Corrin Corrin's a C tier. I'm also gonna throw Dark Pit in C tier, and whenever I find Pit, I'm gonna throw him right next to him, because like they're good, they're not bad, but they're too honest, and it feels like when you have an honest character, it feels like, you know, when you lose to the character, it doesn't feel like bullshit or anything. It feels like you've been outplayed. But that means if the pits are honest, you know, they don't kill you at like, they don't randomly kill you at like 50%, and like you kind of need that in order to be like good. Daisy and Peach. We'll get to Peach. I'll just place her when we get there. Daisy and Peach, I think S tier. Diddy, I think, is a B tier. Nerfed him from Smash 4, much deservedly so. But he can still do some really cool stuff. DK, I think DK might be a D tier. Online Donkey Kong, I'd say maybe even a B tier, but offline, this is mostly about offline. He's a D tier. He's an easy character. You can do some cool stuff with him, but I think D tier might be a bit too harsh. I think C tier might be better, actually. Dr. Mario's our first F tier. He's basically just a worse version of Mario in every way. And like, I feel like we'll get into some characters that are sort of like worse versions of other characters later on. But Dr. Mario is different. He's supposed to, I wouldn't say he's like a semi-clone of Mario, but he's like, you know, he's supposed to be powerful, like stronger than Mario, but that just results in him being much slower than Mario and having literally the worst recovery in the game, so I think that makes him an F tier. Duck Hunt. Alright, aside from Raito from Japan, who plays Duck Hunt? Duck Hunt ain't too bad though, so I'd say Duck Hunt is a C tier. Falco I'll also say is a C tier. Fox is an A tier. Fox is really good. He's safe. He's super safe. And believe it or not, I've never said this publicly at all, but I kind of pocket Fox. He's a lot of fun. And yeah, Ganon F tier. I don't think I need to explain that one. Greninja, I wasn't sure. I'm not sure if Greninja goes in B or A, because you see, not too many people play Greninja, so it's hard to tell. But when you do see people playing Greninja, he's pretty solid. I don't know. By the end, I will look through I'll look over everything again. Maybe make some changes. But for right now, Greninja goes at top of B. Hero, like, is a tricky one. He's got some crazy shit, but there are limits to it, and, he's a balanced character, believe it or not. But, like, the 21 down specials, the crits, the specials that kill at, like, 40. Like, some people think he's a C tier, and he has the potential to be higher. I think he's a B tier at least. Okay? And he has the potential to go to A tier. He's not broken. He seems broken. Like, at first glance, like, on paper, he seems broken, but he's not. But god, like, Hero, I think, like, he's a B tier at least. Ice Climbers is a D tier. Ike, I think, is a solid A tier. Incineroar, I'm not sure. Incineroar, I'm not sure, is either a D tier or an F tier. Why am I skipping E tier? I'll get into why. Alright, we'll get into why later. But, Incineroar, you see, I originally was thinking of having him in F tier, but then you consider Incineroar, like, he's got Revenge, and he's got Alolan Whip, and he's got some cool stuff. So it wouldn't seem like he goes into an F tier, so at least a D tier. Oh, but his recovery is bad, he's super slow, and his range is, like, not that good at all. F tier. Inkling, look, online Inkling is, like, here, but, like, offline Inkling, I think similar to Greninja, like, top of B, if not A tier. I think top of B. Again, I'll look over everything and We'll see if I change my mind. Isabel's a D tier. Who plays Isabel? Joker, obviously an S tier. Puff, I think, is a D tier. Ken, I think... I don't know if too many people agree with this, but I think Ken might be an A tier. I don't know, like, he's really safe, and he's really easy, but he's easy, but at the same time, he's actually pretty advanced, you know? He's got the input commands, and the up B, the fiery Shoryuken, is super safe, and yeah, I think Ken is an A tier. King DDD. Now, I love DDD. He's actually a pocket main of mine, but he's a D tier. He might be the worst heavy in the game, aside from maybe Incineroar or Ganon, but DDD he's not good. K. Rool, online K. Rool is pretty solid actually, but offline K. Rool is like a C tier. I remember when the game first came out, like everyone thought K. Rool was like S tier. No, he's a C tier. Kirby, I also think is a C tier. Link, I think is an A tier. Link is pretty solid, like with his bomb stuff and everything. And my brother made me hate Link, but I gotta show him some respect. He's an A tier. Little Mac, F tier. Lucario, you see, I don't know who plays Lucario. Lucario's a character I forget is in this game a lot, so I have no idea. So I really don't know. I don't know if he's mid tier or B tier, cause like his aura shit is like really good. But when you don't have aura, like what the fuck do you have? I'm gonna put him in C tier. Lucas is a B tier. I think Lucas is pretty solid, but not as good as Ness, who we'll get into later. I think Lucina is an S tier, like maybe even top 5. Luigi. I asked Luigi Kid, a fellow a top player friend, and where he thinks Luigi goes, and I said personal bias aside, because I feel like he would have, like, sort of as a joke said Luigi in like triple S tier, but he said mid tier. Now mid tier for this tier list at least would be like C tier, and I know online Luigi is like S tier, if not he's like top 10 online, I feel. But offline, I don't think Luigi's S tier, obviously. I don't think Luigi's A tier, but I think Luigi might be B tier offline. I'm gonna put him in B tier. Mario is A tier offline, definitely. Marth, alright. Here's why I have E tier. For a character like Marth. Now, Marth actually is not too bad at all. Marth would probably go in B, maybe even A. Definitely not S because of Lucina. That's the thing. You have Lucina in the game, who is so much better than Marth in every single way possible, to the point where it's like, what's even the point? Why would you even use Marth? Like, Marth is useless in this game. And I'm just gonna skip forward to, like, you know, the other characters that are like that. There are 2 other characters that this tier is for. That's Ryu and Toon Link. Ryu, like, Ken is better than Ryu in every single way. Toon Link is a step further, you know. There's Link and Young Link who are better than Toon Link in every single way. So, they get their own tier. They're not bad. I don't think any of these 3 characters are bad, but it's just like, why would you ever use them? Pichu, when the game first came out, Pichu was like S tier. He's gotten buffed. No, he's gotten nerfed, though, and, but I'd say he's a B tier. I still think Pichu's really good. He's just not, like, crazy. Mega Man, I think, is a B tier. Meta Knight, at the beginning of the game, was... At least everyone thought he was S tier. Everyone thought he came back from Brawl. Nah, I'd say... He's a solid character, though. But not, like... Not too crazy. Nothing interesting. But he's solid. B tier. Mewtwo, I think, is D tier. I didn't mean to put him at top or whatever. Just because I'm the tail hurt box, and also he's a very wonky and clunky character. He's very punishable. All of his moves are punishable, but he's scary. I'd say he's scary. He has shit that, like, he has potential. You know, Waddy's Mewtwo is pretty solid, and you know, the combos you can do with Mewtwo, despite the fact that it's basically a bunch of fairs, they look pretty cool. The Miis are a bit tough to rank for me. I don't know. Brawler, I think, is B tier. Sword Fighter, I think, is C tier. Gunner, I think, is D tier. But then Gunner, this is kind of a joke, alright? Gunner has Sans, Cuphead, so I feel like Gunner should be there just out of respect, but you know, gotta play by the rules here. Min Min is, I was thinking C tier, but like she covers half the stage with most of her moves. Like that's a B. I feel like that is a B tier. We don't, unlike most of these other characters, we only have offline to go off of for Min Min pretty much. If there have been any major offline tournaments to go off of since characters like Min Min and Steve and Sephiroth and Pyra Mythra have come out, please let me know. I've seen some tournaments, like offline tournaments, in like Yeet Smash videos. That was it. The Min Min, like, bruh, her moves cover half the stage. Even the dragon one, the Go Blah one, as some people call it, can cover the entire stage. That's crazy. I think Min Min's a B tier. Mr. Game & Watch, I think he's an S tier. Online Game & Watch is a huge beast, but fucking go in the back, come on. But offline Game & Watch is a very similar beast. Ness is an A tier. I was gonna say C tier for some reason, even though I was gonna drop him in A tier, but he's so safe, he's so easy, and there's a lot of cool stuff you can do with him. Too bad he makes me want to PK Thunder myself off the face of the planet. You know, so yeah. Pac-Man's good. I think Pac-Man's A tier. Palutena is an S tier. Peach, we already established, was Peach and Daisy S tier. Pikachu an S tier, 3 S tiers in a row. Olimar at the beginning was here, but like right now, I'd say Olimar is a solid B. Plant is a D. Pit, we already established. Dark Pit was over here with in C tier. Trainer, you consider all 3 Pokemon. Trainer's S tier. Like as one package, I think Trainer is S tier. If you just, I'm not gonna throw them on here, all right. But if you want to know who I think, like where each of the separate Pokemon go on the tier list, I think A tier might be Ivysaur. B tier maybe Squirtle, and Charizard's a D tier. Alright. Pyra Mythra, I might move them, but I think they're S tier, honestly. Like, it may be too early to tell, and they haven't been offline tournaments, so we only have online to go off of for Pyra Mythra, but I think Pyra Mythra are S tier, just because, like, they're, like, you look at Pyra by herself, many people are saying that she's garbage by herself, and she's very slow, very punishable, has a terrible recovery. Pyra, just Pyra, might be D tier, if not even F tier. No, D tier. I wouldn't say F tier. Mythra, on the other hand, like, her neutral is stupid, and her, but her, like, she can't kill. Pyra Mythra together, though, makes a very balanced character, but still in S tier, but that might change. Richter, or, I guess the Belmonts, it's just Richter here, is a D tier. Ridley, who the fuck plays Ridley? I think Ridley's a D tier. Rob, you know, I think Rob's an S tier. Rob's a fucking bitch, but I think Rob's an S tier. Robin, I think Robin's a solid D tier. Rosalina and Luma. Smash 4, Rosalina and Luma were fucking like S tier shit. They nerfed them. Now, she's bad. No one plays her because people only played her because she was good in Smash 4. But now, she's D tier. Roy, another one of my boys. If I main Chrom, I gotta main Roy. Roy's an A tier. In fact, Roy might even be better than Chrom and has potential to creep up into S tier, actually. I think Roy might even possibly be top of A. Samus, I think, is a B tier. Sephiroth. Now, he's one of my mains. And personal bias aside, I think he might be S tier. Maybe, though. Like, it's strange. A lot of his moves have, like, an insane amount of end lag. So, like, a lot of his moves are very easily punishable. But, like, they could be hard to avoid. If you use him as a campy character, which I fucking hate, by the way, if you use him as a character to camp, then, like, he's a completely different character, honestly. But, I could move him. But, like, as right now, he's in S tier. Sheik is a B tier. Shulk, potential S tier. You know, no one knows how good Shulk is because they haven't fully optimized the character to his full potential. And, you know, that's something you hear all the time. But, yeah, that makes Shulk an S tier, I guess. Snake's an A tier, I think. Sonic, here's the thing. Sonic, online is here, offline, like, fucking here. But, like, half the Sonic mains picked him up online, so I gotta split. I gotta go right down the middle. He's in C tier. Steve, I think, is a B tier. A lot of people are saying Steve sucks. I don't think Steve sucks. He's actually pretty solid, but, like, you kind of have to play him in this very, like, boring way in order to be good. Terry, I think Terry's an A tier, one of my boys, but not just because he's one of my boys. He's, again, like Ken, he's very easy, but also at the same time pretty advanced, you know. Villager, I think, is a B tier. Wario's a hard character to rank just because of the nerf. He got a like, I don't think the nerf was too bad, but up tilt to waft is not true anymore, and that's kind of a big blow to him. So I don't think he's S. That was a big thing, up tilt to waft. That was a big thing for him. So I don't think I really I don't think Wario's an S tier. But if he's not S tier, he's top of A. Wii Fit, I think, is B. She got shadow buffed with the 11.0 patch. You know, it was an accidental buff, which they nerfed in a later patch. But so I guess at that point she would have maybe been like maybe even A tier or S tier, but not definitely a B tier. Wolf, I think, is A tier. Yoshi, A tier. Young Link, A tier. Zero Suit Samus is another thing. You see, like Wario, she got a nerf. I actually don't remember what the nerf was for Zero Suit, but I do remember it being kind of, I do think it was kind of significant. As of right now, she's going in A tier, but top of A. If she was S tier, she would be S tier. But if she was gonna be S tier, but now is an A tier because of the nerf, I think she's at least top of A. And Zelda, who online is like here, but offline, Zelda, I think, is here. I think Zelda offline is here. So that is the Smash Ultimate tier list, but I'm gonna look through all the tiers again and order them. So that's my Smash Ultimate tier list. Remember, it is correct. Alright, so what do you guys think? Do you guys agree with this? Let me know down below. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. And remember, this tier list is correct. Alright, bye guys.